Hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we have another TryHackMe web pen testing learning path. Today we're doing server-side template injection. Let's not waste any time and get right into business here. This demo is for educational purposes only. Ethical hacking is legal and differs from illegal hacking. Always ensure you have legal permission before performing what you see in this demo. Alright, so server-side template injection. Exploit various templating engines that lead to SSTI vulnerability. I just realized I don't have my webcam on. Let's fix that. There we go. Perfect. I'm here again. Nice. Introduction. Server-side template injection, or SSTI, is a vulnerability that occurs when user input is injected into a template engine. What did I just say? Template engine of an application. This can lead to a range of security issues, including code execution, data exposure, privilege escalation, and denial of service, also known as DOS. SSTI vulnerabilities are often found in web applications that use template engine. I cannot say template engines. Template engines to generate dynamic content and can have serious consequences if left unaddressed. Objectives. By the end of this room, you will understand the basic concept, basic functions of template engines and why they are integral to modern web applications. Identify vulnerabilities within web applications that can lead to SSTI. Execute attacks on different template engines such as Smarty PHP, Jinja, 2, Python, and Jade Node.js. Apply best practices and mitigation strategies to prevent SSTI in web applications. Prerequisites. Before diving into SSTI, you should have a basic understanding of the following concepts: knowledge of HTML structure and how web pages are built, basic understanding of Java for client-side scripting, familiarity with server-side programming concepts and languages, e.g. Python, PHP, JavaScript. Note, this room contains a non-guided challenge in Task 8. You must use the knowledge learned in this room and basic offensive security skills to complete this challenge. Dang, dude. They're not going to tell me how to do it? We're cooked. Not just kidding. What's up, Wi-Fi? How's it going, man? How are things going at Kirkpatrick? It's going good, man. I really enjoy the company. It's a good company to work for, and it's a good mission to be a part of. Answer the questions below. Deploy the target VM attached to this task. I already know that. Alright, I'm not going to read that. Let's deploy the VM. Add machine IP to your SA host file. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. We do want to do that. We do want to do that, where's my IP address? Did I not start the machine? I could have sworn starting a machine. I could have sworn I already did this. I clicked that button earlier, but I guess I didn't. So we're gonna have to wait for this thing to boot up. While it's booting up, we can move on to the next task. What is SSTI? Server-side template injection is a vulnerability that occurs when user input is unsafely incorporated into a server-side template, allowing attackers to inject and execute arbitrary code on the server. Template engines are commonly used in web applications to generate dynamic HTML and combining fixed templates with dynamic data. When these engines process user input without proper sanitization, they become susceptible to SSTI attacks. What's up, GM Trash Talker? How's it going? I'm chuckling because it's a funny name. He's here to talk trash. He's not here to play games. It's the, and not only just like a regular trash talker, GM. I'm assuming that stands for Grandmaster. Grandmaster Trash Talker. This chat's about to get heated. My mic is humming. Alright, let me see what I can do about that. I'll have to play my own stream back real quick. So you're gonna hear a little bit of an echo, but I gotta hear my own stream for a moment here to see what it's sounding like. Alright, let me see what I can do about that. I'll have to play my own stream back real quick. So you're gonna hear a little bit of an echo, but I gotta hear my own stream for a moment here. It sounds good to me, man. I don't think there's a problem. It might be the background music you're confusing with the humming. But I mean, that's kind of exactly how I want it to sound. Let me know if there's still a problem. Is anybody else getting a weird noise issue with the mic? What's up, Attila? Thanks for stopping in. We miss you. What do you mean? Where did I go? I was here last week. I uploaded a video on Saturday. I mean, I appreciate you missing me, but I don't think I ever left. What's up, Joshua? How's it going? Thanks for stopping in. He said, not really, I'm here to learn. Alright, Trash Talker is not here to talk trash. He's here to learn. Well, prepare to get learnt. Ashton Michaels, thanks for stopping in. Neofetch, welcome back. How's it going? He said, carry on. Guess it's just me, my bad. He stopped the whole stream. He's like, yo, guys, you gotta hum in your mic. You gotta stop the whole stream. Oh, man. Ruined everybody's immersion. Alright, here we go. Where was I? Man. Chat. I love chat so much I lose my place in the content here. Core concepts of SSTI: dynamic content generation. Template engines replace placeholders with actual data, allowing applications to generate dynamic HTML pages. This process can be exploited if user inputs are not properly sanitized. User input as template code. When user inputs are treated as part of the template code, they can introduce harmful logic into the rendered output, leading to SSTI. The core of SSTI lies in the improper handling of user input within server-side templates. Template engines interpret and execute embedded expressions to generate dynamic content. If an attacker can inject malicious payloads into these expressions, they can manipulate the server-side logic and potentially execute arbitrary code. Not the arbitrary code! Flow of an SSTI attack. So we got some things, and then we got a monitor, and then we got a 49, and then we got a hacker, and then he goes back to doing 7x7. I mean, I understand what that means because I know SSTI is, but like if you're brand new to SSTI, like you'd be like, what? What is this graphic? Wi-Fi Addict donated $20 via Super Chat. Thanks, man. I appreciate the donation. You didn't have to do all that, but I really appreciate it. He said, keep up the good work, bro. Just call me the Vibe Killer. He's the Vibe Killer. Bro, I was just messing, man. It's all good. You didn't have to donate $20. but I appreciate it nonetheless. Which OSI layer does this? That's a good question. Server-side template injection. I guess application layer. I mean, it's happening in a application. That's a good question that I never really thought of. I guess application layer because it's happening. No. You are on live. Hospital can wait. What's up, Cypher? Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. What do you mean the hospital can wait? Are you like bleeding out right now? He's like, I'm bleeding out. I'm bleeding out, but I can't miss the stream. Gotta watch this stream. I ain't calling 911. I'll lose cell service and I can't connect to the stream. By the way, last newsletter was great. One of the best ones. Thanks. I'm glad you like it. Neofetch, you're like the biggest fan of the newsletter right now. I am glad you like it. By the way, if you guys don't know, I have a newsletter, kyserclark.com/newsletter. I send out a newsletter every week that has more like motivational and mentality type stuff, and I try to relate it into cybersecurity. The gist is it's going to be me telling you to get to work and stop being lazy. It's a lot of what it is. But the last one was, there was like, what I do? I said 5 things that you should keep in mind before you quit cybersecurity. And then there's like 5 things that, 5 reasons not to quit. Because we all get burned out. And even if you're not burned out, like some people, I saw a post on LinkedIn. Was it today or yesterday? Relatively recently, someone was like, I quit looking for jobs. I can't handle it no more. This sucks. It's basically just what they were saying. People are quitting trying to break into the field. Because it is hard to break into. And then people, once they break in, they get burned out. And it's hard to stay in the field. And that was what the newsletter was all about. I was like, what do you do if you feel like quitting? Please tell us about your cast disappearance. Oh! Is that what you're talking about when we said we missed you? Oh, that was 2 weeks ago, bro. Oh, man. Yeah, I guess that was recently. I did skip a stream because I had to go find the cat. My bad. I was like, I didn't go nowhere. I did skip a week. It wasn't last week. It was 2 weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks ago? It might have been 3 weeks ago now. It might have been 3. Yeah, we found him. I found him. Yeah, I didn't find him until like 12:30 at night, but I got him. He's actually laying on the floor right next to me sleeping. I'd pick him up and show you, but it's actually illegal to wake up a sleeping cat, so we don't want to do that on camera, on stream. I don't want to get arrested right in front of everybody. Oh yeah, I was making fun of this graphic. I didn't like this graphic. I was like, what if you're new to SSTI, like it doesn't make any sense to me if I didn't know. Like I know it makes sense to me because I know what SSTI is, but if you're brand new to SSTI, I'm like it's kind of hard to follow in my opinion. We're going to get into it, but basically it's just you're executing arbitrary code. The code here is 7 times 7, and then obviously that turns into 49. But you can obviously change the 7 times 7 to more malicious things, and that's the gist of this. SSTI is actually really fun. There's only a few template engines that let you that I know of that let you execute code. It'd be interesting if there's one that I don't know about in this room. When user input is directly embedded into templates without proper validation or escaping, attackers can craft payloads that alter the template's behavior. This can lead to various unintended server-side actions, including reading and modifying server-side files, executing assistant commands, and accessing sensitive information, i.e. environmental variables and database credentials. Completed. Scroll up here and grab my IP address. And I guess I'll zoom in so you guys can see. We're just gonna do a nano Etsy host, and we're going to delete underpass hack the box because we done with that one. So we need to paste the IP address here, and what do we gotta call it? They said call it. Oh, they just call it SSTI.TryHackMe. SSTI.thm. And then we'll save that file. Alright, cool. Template engines. A template engine is like a machine that helps build web pages dynamically. Here's how it works in simple terms. Imagine you're making a birthday card for a friend. You want to include their name, age, and personalized message. Instead of writing a new card from scratch, use a template with placeholders for the name, age, and message. The template engine works similarly. It's a hard word to say for me too. Template. The engine uses a pre-designed template with placeholders like name for dynamic content, user input. The engine receives user input like name, age, or message and stores it to a variable. Combination. The engine combines the template with the user input, replacing the placeholders with the actual data. Output. The engine generates a final dynamic web page with the user's input inserted into the template. Template engines offer various functionalities that speed up the development process but can also introduce risks. Most template engines allow expressions to be used for simple calculations or logic operations within templates. In the context of SSTI, the template engine's ability to execute code is what makes it vulnerable to attacks. If user input is not properly sanitized, an attacker can inject malicious code, which the template engine will execute, leading to unintended consequences. Common template engines. What's up, local Ken? Thanks for stopping in. Wow, so many Chinese write-ups on SSTI. Who would have thought? I actually haven't been looking up write-ups for Hack the Box streams. I haven't needed them really, but I know back when I did need a lot of walkthroughs when I was doing Hack the Box, like in my early Hack the Box days, I did need a lot of write-ups, and there was a lot of Chinese. There was a lot of Chinese write-ups for sure. So I believe you. There might even be more than there was in the past. I haven't really relied on write-ups as much lately. Like once you start learning a lot, that's what I say. That's what I tell people. It's okay to use a write-up. I use plenty of write-ups, but now it's like, now that I'm more experienced, I don't use them as much. I still maybe occasionally will, and I might even do it this time, guys. I might get stuck, but we'll see what happens. But there's no shame in using write-ups, man. I would say you want to try to figure out yourself first, and then once you exhaust all what you know, then go ahead and watch a YouTube video or a write-up. Common template engines. Template engines are an integral part of modern web development, allowing developers to generate dynamic HTML content by combining templates with data. Here are some of the most commonly used template engines. Jinja 2, highly popular with Python applications known for expressiveness and powerful rendering capabilities. Twig, the default template engine for Symfony and PHP. Twig offers a robust environment with secure default settings. Pug/Jade. This is one I'm actually not too familiar with. A little bit of Pug. I guess I never saw it in combination with Jade. Known for its minimal and clean HTML templating syntax, Pug/Jade is popular among Node.js developers. How template engines parse and process inputs. Template engines work by parsing template files, which contain static content fixed with special syntax for dynamic content. When rendering a template, the engine replaces the dynamic parts of the actual data provided at runtime. For example, from Jinja 2 import template, hello template equals template, hello name output equals hello template render name world print output. DSG, thanks for subscribing on YouTube. I feel like if someone's watching one of my videos and they subscribe, like it still pops up when I'm live, even when they're not in the live stream, if that makes sense. DSG, if you're here, let me know. I'm curious on that fact. I'm pretty sure like anybody who subscribes during a video pops up. So when you see those YouTube subscriptions, they might not necessarily be watching the live stream, but they're definitely watching the video. But Twitch is the exact opposite. Most people that hit follow are watching. Actually, probably all, because there's no pre-recorded videos on Twitch and Kick, and I don't even have alerts for Kick. It's not really a thing. It might be. I just never really looked into it. Determining the template engine. Oh, here, I gotta read this part. In this example, name is a placeholder that gets replaced with the value world during rendering. Determining the template engine. Different template engines have distinct syntaxes and features, making them vulnerable to SSTI in various ways. Here are some examples of vulnerable template syntaxes. Jinja/Twig. Jinja and Twig are similar in syntax and behavior, making them somewhat challenging to distinguish from each other just by payload responses. However, you can detect their presence by testing their expression handling capabilities. For example, using a vulnerable VM. If you use a payload this and Twig, the output will be 49. However, if you use the same payload application that uses Jinja 2, the output will be 7/7s. As you can see here. Jade Pug, formerly known as Jade. Oh, that's why I don't recognize Jade. Formerly Jade, okay. Uses a different syntax for handling expressions, which can be exploited to identify its usage. Pug/Jade evaluates JavaScript expressions within this. For example, using the payload, it would return 49. Unlike Jinja 2 or Twig. Nasser, thanks for stopping in the stream. Appreciate the kind words. By the way, since we got some people in here from multiple platforms, hopefully I don't say your name wrong. Meyer, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate you. I am streaming on Twitch, YouTube, Kick, and LinkedIn all at the same time. So if you see me interacting with someone that's not in your chat, that is why. So I'm streaming on 4 different platforms at once. That last comment was from LinkedIn, by the way. Unlike Jinja 2 or Twig, Pug/Jade directly allows JavaScript execution within its templates without the need for additional delimiters. Like, for example, this guy went from 0 to 100 really fast. I went from like basic math to like actual code execution. Okay, alright, we're done with this task. That was easy. PHP Smarty. Smarty is a powerful template injection for PHP that enables developers to separate presentation from business logic, improving application maintainability and scalability. However, its capability to execute PHP functions within templates can expose applications to server-side template injection attacks if not securely configured. Smarty's flexibility allows the dynamic execution of PHP functions within its templates, which can become a significant security risk. The ability to execute PHP code through template variables or modifiers should be carefully controlled to prevent unauthorized command execution. Exploitation. Before crafting a payload, it is essential to confirm in the application if the application really uses Smarty. For example, we'll go to inject a simple Smarty tag and see if it will be processed. If the application returns hello, it means that the template engine is using the application used by the application as Smarty. I guess we can try this out real quick. It told us to do it. Why is this not loading up? Why is this not working? Oh. I know why. I didn't connect to the TryHackMe VPN. Give me a second here. I'm going to go ahead and do that. This demo is for educational purposes only. Ethical hacking is legal and differs from illegal hacking. Always ensure you have legal permission before performing what you see in this demo. And if you're wondering why, I didn't want to show my terminal because I guess it shows your public IP address when you connect via OpenVPN, so I didn't want that to be on the stream. Alright, let's try that again. There we go. Now we can scroll back down, copy this. Boom. Confirmed. Smarty. Once you confirm that the site is vulnerable to SSTI via Smarty, you can craft a payload that uses PHP functions to execute system commands. One of the most common functions that do this is a system function using the payload system ls. It is a direct and effective payload if Smarty security system allows PHP function execution. This might be an answer to a question. If they're blurring it out, right? So we'll just paste that. That looks like a file. I wonder if we can just... Like I say, let's skip ahead to the question real quick and answer that, but we'll just keep reading because the questions are literally right coming up. When the Smarty template engine processes the input, it will execute the ls command. This is the command that will reveal the directory listing for the server directory where the script is executed, providing insights into the server's file system. What is the content of the hidden file, text file in the server directory? Alright, so all we have to do is we'll just paste that same command. And instead of saying ls, we are just going to copy this file name. Copy, and we're going to do a cat. And then that command. Look at that. Flag, baby. There's two flags here? Oh. It's the same thing, but just repeated. Paste that. Done. Task 5. Node.js Pug. Pug formerly known as Jade, is a high-performance template engine widely used in the Node.js community for its concise HTML rendering and advanced features like conditionals, iterations, and template inheritance. While Pug provides powerful tools for developers, its ability to execute JavaScript code directly within templates can pose significant security risks. Pug's security vulnerabilities primarily stem from its capability to interpolate JavaScript code with the template variables. This feature, designed for dynamic content generation, can be exploited maliciously if user inputs are embedded into the template without proper sanitation. Developers must diligently sanitize and validate user inputs to mitigate these risks and ensure the security of applications using Pug. Key vulnerability points: JavaScript interpolation. Pug allows embedded JavaScript directly within the templates using interpolation braces like this. If user input is interpolated without proper sanitation, it can lead to arbitrary code execution. Default escaping. Pug does provide automatic escaping for certain inputs, converting characters like the less than, greater than, and the and symbol to their HTML entity equivalents to prevent cross-site scripting attacks. However, this default behavior does not cover all potential security issues, particularly when dealing with unescaped interpolation, which is an exclamation point in front of the brackets, or complex input scenarios. Exploitation. Before crafting a payload, it is important to confirm that the application is indeed using Pug. For example, go here, so we'll just open this up in a new tab. Inject a basic Pug syntax to test for template processing, such as, we'll just do our 7 times 7 here, paste that, we should get 49. Boom, done. If the application outputs 49, it confirms that Pug is processing the template. Perfect. So what we got. Since Pug allows JavaScript interpolation, we can... Bro, I'm not even really sure what interpolation even means. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. We can then use the payload. Root process, main module dot require child process spawn ls. So we can use this to do an ls. Just copy that because we're probably going to use it later. The above payload uses Node.js core modules to execute system commands. Below is a breakdown. Root.process accesses the global process object from Node.js within the Pug template. The main module.require child process dynamically requires a child process module, bypassing potential restrictions that might prevent its regular inclusion. Spawn sync ls, execute the ls command synchronously, and .standard out captures the standard output of the command, which includes the directory listing. What's up, Printer 33? How's it going? Thanks for being here. I'm shaking my head because no one likes printers, bro. Nobody. They drive everybody insane. So I think you came in the wrong neighborhood, I ain't gonna lie. So I'd watch your back around these parts. Nah, just kidding. Welcome to the stream. Why spawn sync ls-lah may not work? When you try to use spawn sync ls-lah, you are... Wait, I gotta go back. We gotta do our code execution. Boom. Standard out. So we just gotta do this. Instead of doing ls, we can do a cat and we'll paste the file name here, and that should give us a flag. It didn't. Yeah, the IT guy at my org tells me printer problems are the thing he's called for the most. 100%. I used to be a system administrator, help desk IT guy, and that was the number one thing I troubleshooted was printers. I every day was a printer, at least one printer, and sometimes there would be some kind of update that would break a lot of printers, and I would spend an entire day fixing printers because there was a lot of printers in my unit. I was a military client systems technician, and there was lots of printers, and it was not uncommon for me to spend a half a day on 3, 4, 5, 6 printers, or even an entire day working on printers. Really drove me nuts, man. And I don't miss working on printers, but working on printers does teach you, is a really good way to build your troubleshooting skills and to build up your patience and your mental toughness and your mental resiliency, because man, they are rough.
Access granted.
We got Bada Razin. Thanks for subscribing on YouTube. I appreciate you. I feel I had to do that too when I was doing IT support. He's like, oh, I've done so many printers. I'm gonna call myself Printer 33. Is that how you came with your name? It's kind of a godlike name, I ain't gonna lie. I'll tell you what though, if you know how to fix printers, or at least you can, if you can tolerate them, you are a irreplaceable person within an IT department. You are loved by everybody. I mean, dude, everybody liked me because I fixed they're like, I can't get this printer to work. It's been not working for weeks. I was like, why didn't you tell me earlier? I could have fixed it 2 weeks ago when it broke. Like, I don't know. And then I fix it, and they're like, dude, thank you. I'm like, anytime. But yeah, if you know how to fix people's printers, man, people love you. Because nobody likes printers. When you try to use spawn sync ls/ls, did I already read this? You're attempting to pass entire command and its arguments into a single string. This does not work as expected because spawn sync does not inherently split a single string. Oh, this is why it didn't work earlier. String into a command and its arguments. Instead, it treats the whole string as a command to execute, which it cannot find and thus fails to execute. This behavior is critical for preventing certain types of security vulnerabilities, such as command injection, where an attacker might try to append additional commands or arguments to execute unintended actions. That's how printers has me thrown out a window. Dude, throwing away printers, like when one's like actually broken and you can actually like get rid of it, it's a good feeling. Unless it's heavy, oh, then it's not fun because then it's heavy and you're like, what? Why is this thing so big? I honestly thought about making like a YouTube video, just like destroying a printer, like shooting it with guns, lots of guns, and just that'd be the video. But I didn't do it because I don't have a printer to do that. I don't have a printer. I if I need something printed, I just order it off of Office Max and have it delivered to me. I do have a printer, I just don't have it hooked up, but yeah. That'd be quality content. Just printer destroyer channel. I'm sure there might even be one. He said, why does a printer refuse to work unless I buy an entire set of colors when there's no magenta? All I need is black. It's the worst. It's because that's how they make their money. They make so much money off the printer ink. Printer ink is like one of the most valuable liquids on the planet because of the price they charge. The champion, thank you so much for your $9.99 donation. Champion says, thanks for inspiring me to become a penetration tester. I'm following your cybersecurity roadmap. I'm wondering if the website is enough or if I need to read the book as well for networking. What do you mean website or book? Because I have multiple cybersecurity roadmaps, but I recommend a lot of things in those. So what website are you talking about? What books are you talking about? But yeah, printer, he says, for real, they charge an arm and a leg. You can buy refillable and just do it yourself. It's so expensive. It's like, yeah, what I was getting at before the donation came in was there's printer ink is like more valuable than like a blood donation. it's like more valuable than like life-saving medicine, and we all know that medical things are expensive, but printer ink is like price per fluid ounce. It's like way more expensive. It's crazy. Oh, what's up, Harrison Walls? I missed your comment earlier. I'm sorry. Trying to grind out rooms to win my Diamond League this week. The web pen test path is pretty difficult. Nice to see someone working through it. Oh yeah, that's right. They did add like ranks and seasons to TryHackMe. I do remember seeing that. I didn't really care about that ranking because I was like high ranked on Hack the Box seasons for like the first 5 seasons. I think I got like 40 something place out of like 5,000 people on Hack the Box the first season that they did. See the beta season. Did they call it season 0 or did they call it season 1? Regardless, it was the first ever season. It was like a beta season, and I got a really high rank. And then the next season, I got also a high rank on the top 100 out of like 6,000 people. I always got in the top 100, and then I think slowly slipped out of 100 because as time went on, I cared less and less about my rank. Mostly because like no one really cares about your rank, to be honest with you. To me, it was a way, like I'm like hyper competitive, so I was always like trying to get a good rank, you know. But then after I was like getting these high ranks, I'm like, it didn't seem like no one cared. So I was like, all right, then I guess this is meaningless. I think what's more important is just logging in every day and just doing the rooms if you're on TryHackMe, and if you're on Hack the Box, doing the machines, and not really worrying about your rank, because at the end of the day, employers don't really care about your rank. And I found that out, and once I realized that, I was like, that's why I started streaming Hack the Box, by the way. I don't do seasons anymore because you can't stream the newest machines. So that's why I'm always streaming retired machines instead of doing the active machines. Because I did a lot of active machines off stream, and I'm like, dude, I could be like, you know, teaching people how to do this if I could stream this. So that's why I now stream Hack the Box every 3 weeks. But I mean, there's nothing wrong. If you want a high rank, go for it. Like I said, I was hyper competitive. There's a lot of pride in like getting a high rank. But then after a while, I was like, why does no one care about my rank? Dude, it's really the printer politics for OEM. What's up? Is it Sanc Logic? Sank Logic? Thanks for stopping in. How you doing today? This is my first week in the top rank, so I'm trying to win after this week. I don't care. I'm just being competitive about it. Yeah, I mean, that's totally fine. Especially if you just want to prove yourself, to do it at least once to get a high rank. Feels good. You're like, dude, I'm in the high rank. I'm in the top tier of other hackers. Because it's not easy. I mean, it's definitely a commitment if you're trying to hit a high leaderboard on anything. . Understanding spawn sync usage. A spawn sync function is designed to execute command in a shell that provides detailed control over the command's input and output. It's part of the Node.js child process module, which allows Node.js to execute other processes on the system where it is running. The function signature for spawn sync is spawn sync command args options. More of a blue teamer, but love your content, bro. Thanks, man. I'm glad you like the content. And yeah, I know sometimes when it comes to my channel, like the blue teamers kind of get the short end of the deal because I'm a pen tester and I have more experience as a pen tester. So, and that's where my focus and passion is. But I try to throw out advice to the blue teamers as well, because I am familiar with blue teamer. I just never worked as a SOC analyst, at least not yet. And that's one thing that's what's nice about cybersecurity is like there's so many things, like you can't know everything about everything. So I tend to favor the pen testing stuff because that's what I'm actively working on, and that's really what I end up making videos about, like things that I learned recently or things that I'm currently learning. That's what I make videos about, because I'm a huge fan of talking about things that I know a lot of, which is how YouTube should be. You shouldn't be talking about stuff that you don't know about. So command is the string that specifies the command to run. Args, this is an array of strings, arguments to pass to the command. Options is an optional parameter that can specify various options such as working directory, environment, variables, input, output, timeout, and more. Correct use is a spawn sync. The correct use to correctly use spawn sync to execute the ls command with -lah command, you should separate the command and its arguments into two distinct parts. Const requires child process. I'm not going to read all this. You can see the code. In the corrected form, ls is the command, -lah is an array containing all arguments passed to the command. Interesting. This structure ensures that the ls command is called with the LH as its argument, allowing the command to function as intended, so the final payload will look like this. So we're going to copy this. What is the content of the hidden text file for the server directory? So we're just going to paste this, but instead of, well, we're going to hit submit to get the file name. Paste that same command again, and then we're going to copy the file name. Oops, I did not mean to open up a link. Copy, and we're going to copy this where LAH is, and then we're going to get the ls and do cat. So it's going to do cat, and then it's going to do this file, which goes to contents. Boom. Easy. Paste that, moving on. Unknown error, what did I do wrong? That's weird. I didn't even change anything and it's just like unknown error. Python Jinja 2. Jinja 2 is a popular template engine for Python renowned for its flexibility and performance. It is extensively used in a lot of applications to render dynamic content, as it allows Python-like expressions to be embedded within HTML. While Jinja 2 accelerates development and facilitates the separation of presentation from business logic, its powerful templating capabilities can also introduce significant security risks if not handled properly. Since Jinja 2 allows the execution of Python expressions within a template, the security risk in Jinja 2 often arises from insecure coding practices that allow user input to be executed within templates without proper sanitization. The vulnerability is not inherent in Jinja 2 itself, but rather in how developers handle user inputs in their templates. Proper sanitizing and validating all user inputs before incorporating them into templates is essential to prevent such security issues. He said the book is Network Plus on Amazon and the website name is... Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, CBT Nuggets. Yeah, that's what I recommended. Okay. I remember that now. Because I know it's not uncommon for me to recommend like a bunch of things in one video, so I wasn't sure. So, but that makes sense. Yeah. So your original question was, let me go scroll back up. What was your original question? I'm wondering if the website is enough or if I need to read the book as well. Oh, yeah, that's a good question. So here's what I would say. I like both. Right. I think video series is good to learn quite a bit, and then you can visualize it, and then when I read it, it cements the knowledge, and then it gives you, it like takes it down to another layer, because there's more content in a book than there is in a video, and that's just typically how education works in general. You can, like, if you're trying to get Network Plus certified, you can get certified without reading the book. I typically don't like to do that, just because I want to go into the exam with the biggest possible advantages I can. And if you look at it this way, like if you're trying to get certified, the exam voucher for Network Plus, I think it's like $300 something, $360, maybe close to $400 now at this point. They keep bumping up the prices, thanks inflation. But you know, $300+ if you fail. If you fail, you're gonna have to spend $300+ for another voucher to try the exam again. Whereas the book is like $30-40. So it's like, I would rather spend $40 to reduce the chances of me spending another $360+. What's up, Vishal? Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? But you can absolutely, I mean, if you watch the CBT Nuggets and you're like, this is easy, I understand everything, then yeah, you probably don't need to read a book. But if you're watching the CBT Nuggets course, or any course for that matter, it doesn't have to be CBT Nuggets, and you're still confused, and the book takes it to the next level. But what I will say is, if you want to get good at exams, those practical exam books really help you. There's been times where like I thought I understood a concept, and sometimes the examples that they give you in the video series and even in the book are pretty basic, but then on the actual exam, it takes it to like the next level. It like makes it. CompTIA is famous for using a lot of words in their questions, and there's a lot of particulars in their questions. That's why I say do practice questions, because they're not going to ask you, hey, what is a subnet mask? They're not going to, like we're talking about networking here. They're not going to be like, what's a subnet mask? And you're like, oh, a subnet mask is this. No, it's like, it'll be like, you have a network and you have 3,000 hosts, but you only have this much IP space. How do you, and it'll tell you the subnet. It's a subnet question, essentially, and there's a lot of words. I can't even really give you an example off the top of my head because they're that long. Like a question, it's not uncommon to see a question that's like the length of like this little paragraph. And that's why I recommend, if you want to be certified, answer a bunch of questions. CompTIA does make questions more confusing than they need to be sometimes, and that's what makes them a little hard. But in a way, it makes it good because they try to make it realistic, like put you in like a semi-realistic situation, you know. But yeah, I like both. That's why I recommend getting the book and the course. But there's other people. I should have said this in my video, but there's other people that, you know, they can pass a cert just by reading the book. They can pass a cert just by reading or watching the videos. Me, I like having all the information I can before I go in. Like I said, I like to go in with the biggest possible advantage possible. with certification exams. Because failing isn't fun. That's a whole other thing. Failing is part of the journey. It is okay to fail. You don't lose until you quit. Key vulnerability points. Expression evaluation. Jinja 2 evaluates expressions within curly braces, like that, which can execute arbitrary Python code if crafted maliciously. Template inheritance and imports. Advanced features like template inheritance and macro imports can be misused to execute unintended code, leading to information disclosure or server manipulation. Exploitation. Before crafting a payload, it's crucial to confirm that the application indeed uses Jinja 2. For example, we'll go here. Inject a basic Jinja 2 syntax like this. Copy that to check the template processing. For template processing, if the application returns 49, it indicates that Jinja 2 is processing the template. Dude, I'm going to do a different math problem. I'm going to do 4 times 4. And hopefully we get 16. We did. Perfect. Alright, so that confirms Jinja. Once Jinja 2 is confirmed, we can use this payload. This one is a little bit longer than the other ones. Copy that. Below is a breakdown of the above payload. Class, so many underscores. Accesses the base object class, the superclass of all Python classes. Subclasses lists all subclasses of object in 157 is typically the index for the superprocess.popen class. This index may vary and should be checked in the target environment. What? Oh, I guess it does. I guess it's not always 157, so you need to confirm that. I'm going to assume it's 57 for this. The subsequent method chains dynamically import the use of subprocess modded to execute the ls command capturing its output. Why check output ls-lah does not work. When you use check output ls-lah, you're passing the entire command and its arguments as a single string. This is not recommended way to use check output because it does not parse the string into a command and separate arguments. Instead, it treats the whole string as a single command to execute, which it cannot resolve as a valid executable and thus fails to run. This method of passing arguments can potentially lead to shell injection vulnerabilities if user control strings are concatenated directly into the command string by requiring commands and their arguments to be passed as a list. Check output minimizes this risk. What's up, Amon? Welcome back. How you doing today? I was waiting for your live stream. I have good news to share. What is the good news? I'm excited for you. What is it? That's exciting. I'm hyped right now. We gotta get a drum roll. I don't have a sound effect for it, but if I did, I'd be playing like a drum roll right now. Waiting for Ramon to tell us what the good news is. Understanding check output usage. The check output function is designed to enhance security by separating the command from its arguments, which helps prevent shell injection attacks. Here's the general syntax. Subprocess.check output command R1 on R2. Command A, string that specifies the command execute, R1, R2, additional arguments that should be passed into the command. I passed the SC200 exam from Microsoft, won the 100% voucher and giveaway. Nice. Congrats. Was it hard? Was it challenging? Did you have to study for it? I don't even know how to study for a Microsoft cert. I don't have any Microsoft certs. So I don't even know. The best way to study for those. It costs you nothing? Nice. Congrats. A win. Correct usage of check output. To properly execute the ls command with options using check output, you should pass the command and its arguments as separate elements in a list. So process.check output ls LH. What is up? Nearinix? Nearinix. Hope I'm saying your name right. Appreciate you stopping in. The list ls-lh contains the command ls and its argument -lh. The command is clearly separated from its arguments, which ensures that each part is correctly handled as intended. So the final payload will then be, that is very long, and that is it. What is the content of the hidden text file in the server directory? What do you want, buddy? I'm a streamer over here. Come on. Oh, we got a guest. He's gonna lay on my lap. This isn't the one I lost, by the way. Yeah, that one's still laying on the ground. All right, let's go ahead and do this. We just need to do this. It's gonna do ls command, and here is the file name that we need. Actually, we're gonna paste that command one more time, and then we're going to copy the command. Copy, and then we're going to paste the text file where -lh is, and then where ls is, we're going to do the same thing we did before and just type in cat and hit submit. And I kind of messed that up a little bit, but there's the flag. Oh, maybe I didn't. We just want to need the B quote here, and we don't need the /in either. And there's the flag. From China, I like you live. Well, thanks for tuning in from China, and thanks for enjoying the live stream. I'm glad you like it. Automating that exploitation. We're just moving right along. This one's been pretty easy. SSTI map? That's actually a thing. Did not know that was a tool. That's pretty cool. SSTI map is a tool that automates the process of testing and exploiting SSTI vulnerabilities in various template engines. This is a cool tool. I didn't know about this. I'm so glad they brought this up. Huh. Hosted on GitHub provides a framework for discovering template injection flaws. If you're using an attack box, the tool is already installed in /op/SSTI map directory. If you're using your own machine, you can install it by cloning the repository from GitHub and setting up its own environment. Here's how you can get started. Let's just get clone that, I guess. It's already done? Is it already done? Oh, nice. That was fast. Navigate to this. So change the directory SSTI map. I just copy and paste. And we got to install dependencies if any are listed, usually via requirements.txt. So usually when I get this message, it tells you to do like Python 3 XYZ, and that just annoys me. I actually just do break system packages, because if it breaks, I'm not really concerned about it. Kali Linux is pretty easy to set up and back up. Package contents are unknown. No record file was. What? I don't know why that's not working when I do break. And this is the first time I break system packages. Has never worked for me. Error. Uninstall no record file. Oh man, I don't know how to install this. SSTI map is capable of the following template, and hopefully it just works if I just run the command. We'll see if what happens. Let's just paste this and see if this works. It looks like it's working. Looks like the tool's working to me. SSTI map is capable of the following. Template engine detection. SSTI map can help identify the template engine used by a web application, which is crucial for crafting specific exploits. Automated exploitation. For known vulnerabilities, SSTI map can automate the process of exploiting them. You can use SSTI map by providing it with a target URL and any necessary options. Here's a simple usage example. This is the one we just did. This command attempts to detect SSTI vulnerabilities using tailored payloads. Extra mile challenge. I love extra mile challenges. This is where it gets fun. Another web app is running on SSTI.thm:88. Can you achieve RCE and read the contents of the hidden text file in a directory using it? SSTI. Login credentials, admin. Alright, we're going to go ahead and log in here. So we need to find a form. Form builder. It's got to be in the forms, I would imagine. Add form. Add form. don't know what it means by enter direct. That is a valid URL. I guess if I type in TryHackMe right. See if we can get a form here. No, okay. I gotta figure out where that form went. And then once I do, then I think I can probably start doing some template injection. Set form as form builder. This form has been set as form builder form. You can now publish it on your site. Okay. How do I publish it though? How do I see my forms? Like, how do I create new? I see I can add forms, but how do I view the forms that I already have? Maybe if I just not go to the admin panel. Oh, there we go. Oh no. View form. No submissions found. Okay. Go back. This is submissions. I don't want to. I want to figure out where I can go to submit. I don't know why I'm not allowed to just hit enter on this. You know what I mean? Like it wants to go back to the admin panel. Is the admin panel the only thing? Oh, alright. Administrator only. Edit form. Oh, let's make this public. Update. Oh, here we go. I can add. So did it take a submission? It sure did. But why is it empty? Let's go back. Edit. No, go back. How do I submit a form? View. Add. Wonder if we can just like automate this. Maybe if I did like let's change this. Let's go back. No, it should be if I just do maybe if I do like form, no, field %21 equals, that might work. See what happens. Yeah. So this one found an injection point. See if this finds an injection point here. But we can manually test this too. And that's what we're going to do. So we just need to copy and paste each of these. So we'll do Smarty, we'll do Node.js, so we do this one. We'll copy that, paste that there. Go to the next type of template, because we got to figure out what template it's using first. That's what I'm doing right now, guys. If you're wondering what the heck I'm doing, I know I'm not doing the best explain. I'm just like going at it. I'm trying to figure out what template it is. We got to find insertion points too. But once I've figured out, I'm pretty sure this is an insertion point right here, which is why I'm trying all the templates. And hopefully we get one. And then once we get one, then we kind of win. There's only 3. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and add this. And let's... Can you use the community for CTFs? Oh, that's what you're saying. You can use community for CTFs, free version. Yeah, that's goes back to the question. So you're asking, may I ask why your Burp is professional version? Is there any tips? So I use Burp Professional because I have the license and I'm a professional and I do this every day for a living. So that's why I use Burp Professional and that's why I have it. You can use the free version to do 90% of the tasks that you need to do, especially for CTFs. Sometimes it makes it easier for CTFs, but there are ways to still solve the CTFs without Burp Professional. There's other tools out there. Burp Professional isn't your only option. Basically, Burp Professional, like the intruder, is slowed down, and there's ways to get around it. You can use FFUF, and I know Kaido, I think it's how you say it. It's one that a lot of people like to use because it's free and it's got, you know, it works like Burp Professional. I missed your message, my bad. Yeah, I was deep into tools, Sentinel, Defender, Azure, and configuration base. Overall, the exam was not practical, but in order to answer the question, you must have gained exposure. The preparation journey was 90% hands-on with some theory and Microsoft-related stuff. Nice, it's good to know. That sounds like the CCNA, where it's like the CCNA is like, well, at the time when I did it, there was no practical aspect to it. It was all multiple choice, but in order to get the knowledge, you had to like be in the labs to really understand it. Let's go to forms. See my submissions here. I think number 4. Where's my submissions though? That's what I don't understand. There's nothing in the fields. Delete. What if I hit update and then add? Back to search results. Oh, there we go. That's what I did wrong. Dang it. Let's go ahead and edit here. We're going to do this again. Start from the top. Smarty. Go to the next one. Pug. Grab this. Copy that. Paste that there. Next one is Ginger 2. And we will take this. And we will paste that here. We'll hit update. And if we hit back to search results. Huh. None of those worked. I think the best way to go here is form tools. Let's not search it just yet. I was gonna search for form tools 3.1.1, see if there's like a way to figure out where the SSTI is. But I'm gonna keep looking for it the manual way here. I figured it would be an add form. Oh, what if I display this? No. Strip tags in form submissions? No. Why can't I? Oh. Oh, here we go. This is what we want. I think. I'm actually gonna pull up a notepad because I'm tired of scrolling through this every time I want to do it. So we're going to paste all those there. Copy that. Move that to my monitor real quick because we're not paying attention to that. We don't need that right now. Got it in our clipboard. Let's paste this and paste this and update email template. Let's see what happens. Hit publish maybe. Publish this form. Oh, here we go. Bro, this is such a confusing thing to me. Publish? Bro, what the heck? Why is this so involved? It's like overly complicated for a form builder, in my opinion. I don't know how to even fill it out. Like, I keep seeing, like, there's like 4 different ways to test the form, but no way to actually submit the form. That's what I don't understand. Your form has been processed. Oh, man. All right. Form 3, field 3 seems like it might have worked. Because nothing's popping up here. Good night, Kenshin. Thanks for tuning in. Also, I'm on. Thanks for stopping the stream. Good night. Catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Any fields? I'm just confused on like where to even. I mean, maybe field 3 is it because we can close out of this. We can close out of this. No, that didn't work. 6:31 a.m. Technically morning, but night for me. Nice. Got the graveyard shift. Yeah, let's see what the hint says here. Use your favorite search engine to find vulnerabilities based on the versioning of the tool hand. That's what I thought about doing, but I thought the hint might point me to something else. So what is do form tools 3.11? SSTI. What is this website, bro? So changing their group name. Is that at clients? Add a new client. Where's the group even at? Settings. Group. Accounts. Files. Menus. Your account. I don't see anything about groups. By exploiting the group name field to add the form in the add form section of the application. Add form. Okay, let's go ahead and add form. Where's groups at though? Where is groups at? Fields. Bro, I do not see groups at all. These guys write-ups suck. Let's be honest here. They didn't even tell me how to get to the group.
Access granted.
Is it Nidensec or Nidensec? Thank you for following on Twitch. I appreciate you. I don't understand why I can't figure out where the groups are. It's in the add form. Maybe external. Group. Bro, where is the group field at? I cannot find the group field. This is crazy to me. So everyone's right was like, yeah, it's just in the group field, but the group field is nowhere to be found. I can click everywhere in here, but I don't see a group field. Oh man, okay, well, you know what? This is ChatGPT. This ChatGPT is becoming the elite search engine. I'm trying to exploit SSTI in Form Builder 3.1.1. I know that there is a vulnerability in the group field, but I don't know how to get to the group field within the web application. How can I find it? It's not giving me any information here that it's useful. Didn't help at all. Where the heck is a group field, man? Bro, he'll take 20 screenshots of everything that I don't even want to see, but he won't take screenshots of the thing that I actually need. Uh, I think it's in forms. Maybe. Here we go. Views, add new group. Group name. So let's go ahead and Is it this one? Yes, it is. Perfect. So now that we know that it is this is ginger. So does it? Let's see if this works. Fatal error. Well, it says twig. So let's template engines. There's one that says twig somewhere. Ginger 2 twig pug. It doesn't tell you how to exploit twig, actually. It just says Smarty, Node.js, and Jinja. They don't tell you how to exploit twig. I know how to exploit twig because I've done this before. So I'll have to dig into my notes from doing SSTI in the past. But, we got to figure out which of these commands works. So this is kind of well-known information. If you Google, you can find this information. But I'm just going to do a rapid fire different like payloads here because one of these is going to work, I think. So update on this. We got a fatal error there, so let's try the next one. Go back. Hit update on this. Maybe one of these might not work, but at least we found out where it is. And now that we know where it is, we can absolutely it's all giving me fatal errors though. That's not good. This works, I think. So update. Yeah, that updates to 25. This one should produce an error. It worked. Oh no, never mind. I copied the wrong one. Never mind. Yeah. So we know it's twig. But I guess they didn't tell me how to exploit twig, and all my exploits that I have for twig are not working right now. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's because I gotta open up burp. Maybe that's why it's starting to fit. Maybe if this doesn't work, fatal error. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I was doing was working. It just wasn't. Let's open up burp. I'm gonna use the community version for everybody. We're gonna use a free version. We should be able to get this working in burp. That's what there is. We need to use burp. That's it should have been a given, but let's go to target. Let's go to proxy. Intercept. Open browser. Now we need to go to where it was at. Go back. Go back to here. Put the law back in. Admin. Admin. Paste that URL again. Broke. Back. Let's go to edit here. Views. Fatal error. It's broken. Okay. Let's not do that. Hit update on that. Now if I go back over here, it should be better. There we go. Okay, perfect. Now what we want to do is we want to confirm that we get code execution here. We can do that by let's go back to this guy's blog. Copy this. And oh, we do want an extension on the machine. Please don't expire on me. Add 1 hour. Where did my thing go? Not there. Here. We want to send this, but we want to turn intercept on. And then we want to click update. And then what we want to do is send this to repeater. And then we want to hit send. And it should give us an ID here. No, it's still giving us a fatal error. Same thing. Huh. But I did the exact same thing as the guy did in the blog. Let's look here. He's at I don't see how that's code execution. I don't see the ID in here at all. Unless... Where did he put the ID command at? I can't... Let's go back over here. This should change to a 25. Somewhere. I don't know where, but it should be. Let's look up 25. 4 matches. Height equals 25. Group name value equals 25. If we what if we send this? Search for 81. There we go. Okay, so that works. We just gotta figure out why we can't do the ID on this. That's what we need to figure out. Like, there's ways to do twig command injection. I just don't know it. So we just need to, let's try this again. See if we get anything. Fatal error. Probably gonna give us fatal error just like we did every time. Fatal error. Fatal error. Fatal error. And a fatal error. I don't know. Twig RCE. Call system directly. Maybe that's what I'm maybe I'm overcomplicating it. No. I keep getting fatal error. What if we tried LS instead of ID? Nothing. Same thing. Alright. Dude, I do not know what else I can try. Go back over here. I hate when TryHackMe. This is one thing I don't like about TryHackMe. It's like they show you the most basic examples, and then when they give you the challenge, it's the most complicated example. You know what I mean? They not like, even when doing some Google, like deep Google searching, like I still can't figure it out. You know what I mean? It's not like it's. Let's see if this works. I keep getting fatal errors. Let's tell ChatGPT this. I'm dealing with Smarty. Oh. I thought it was Twig because I guess blog said. Oh, that makes sense. We're dealing with Smarty here. How does it know that? Twig and Smarty uses the same delimiters for expressions, but they're completely different engines. Okay, well that makes sense. No wonder why I was like, oh, why did someone tell me how to exploit Twig? Okay. That's weird that it's Twig for that guy's blog, but in our situation, it's using Smarty. Well, that makes it way easier because now we can just do this. Let's go back over to here. There we go. This is the LS. Let's go back over to here. This would be easier if I do it this way. Where is the data? I hope if I go full screen here. There they are. line 275 is where we can see. So if we do ID here, we go 275, line 275. Should see what user we are. Or yeah, here it is. For the data. Okay, perfect. All right, we got code execution for sure now. Now, let's just get reverse shell. Let's just do that. Let's just actually go all out and just get a reverse shell. It doesn't tell us to get a reverse shell, but I like to go the extra mile on the extra miles, guys. When you can pop a shell, you gotta pop a shell. Now we might not get it, but let's try it out. It's not. It didn't even tell us to do anything about popping shells, but your boy likes popping shells. What's up, Wardog? How's it going, man? All right, so we just gotta do a netcat -lmvp 443, not 43. I guess we could do 43, but I like 40. And let's do. Well, let's do. Yeah, okay. Let's just do a basic reverse shell here. Overachiever. Dude, that's how you do it, bro. I mean, when you have RCE and it's like, oh, let me just cat out the file to get the flag. Like, no, man, let me just get a whole shell. You know, I always try to get a whole shell if I can. It doesn't happen that way all the time. Like, sometimes it's not worth the extra mile, but we're going to try it. All right, so let's just get rid of this here. Paste my, oh, you know what we need to do? Let's go. We need to actually close out of this, 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 and close out of that. And even this. And hit new tab. And we need to do URL encoder. And we need to encode this command here. And we need to put, brother, I don't care. Alright, 443 is my port. My IP address is 10.625.229. I really like how when you connect to a VPN, it tells you the IP address on the top right. It's like one of the best things about OpenVPN and Kali Linux, in my opinion. We're gonna copy this. No, we're not. We're gonna encode it and then we're gonna copy it. Encode. And we're going to see if this just gets a shell. I would love for that to be the case. Fatal error, of course. Well, that did not go the way as planned. Can we do ls - like LA maybe? And then maybe like do like %20 here. Did that work? We gotta go line 275. 275, 275. It's actually 276. Yeah, LSLA works. Okay, so I can execute commands that have spaces in them. We just need to find a better reverse shell. Let's look up rev shells. My IP address is 10.6.25.229 and 443 is the port. Do a simple bash here. We will BNSH and we'll just do a URL encode here. Copy that. Let's see if that works. That didn't give us a fatal error. Did we catch a shell? No. unfortunate. Is there a way to just jump to a certain line? What did we get? What was output? 276. It just gave us nothing. Alright. 10, 6, 25, 229, 443. Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's try a different row shell then. Hit the next one down. Hit copy on this. Go back to here. We'll hit back. And then we'll actually hit back again. And paste that there. Send. See if that gets a shell. No. Alright. We will try the next one. We will do a netcat -e. See if that works. Go back. We will send this. No shell. Okay, let's try something new. Let's go back to bash, but instead of doing a /bin sh, let's do a bash bin/bash. I don't know. Could work. $276. Not getting nothing. Okay. Well, I guess we can try a few more things here. This one's like a little convoluted, but this one is pretty reliable in my experience. So what we're going to do is we're going to do File, New Tab. We'll zoom in so you guys can see what I'm doing. We'll do Change Directory Back. We will make directory SSTI, change directory SSTI, and we're going to do a nano. What's the name of this file? We'll call it shell.sh. Paste this. We just need to put our IP address here, which is 10.6.25.229. Control XY and oh, what the heck did I just do? Control XY enter, and then we're gonna do we're gonna host this file python 3-m http.server80, and after that we're going to do a simple curl request for that file, and if it executes, then that's good. We need to type in our IP address here, 10.6.25.229, and code that. See if we can get to run curl. If we can get to run curl, then I have hopes for this. If not, then I'm just gonna be like, eh, not worth the extra mile here. The extra mile and the extra mile. Let's see what happened here. It worked. Look at that. It got the file. So that's good. Now all I gotta do now. That's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted to see. It downloaded my file. Thanks, Wiredog. I appreciate it. By the way, if you can't see the chat, Wiredog congratulated me on hitting 10K subs. 10K is inbound. Or sorry, 20K is inbound. Yeah, man, I already got like I hit 10K, and then like the next day it was like I already had 100 new subscribers in like a day. It was crazy. So I appreciate everybody's support. Thanks for subscribing. I'm glad you guys like the content. Much more content on the way. I'm always improving every other day. I don't know if you guys noticed, but you know, I try to make it better as time goes on. And I spent a lot of time thinking about the topics now. I mean, that last video with the TryHackMe, that one was... I spent more time on that video than I have on any other video, I think. Because, like, I wanted to make sure that I just wasn't repeating what everybody else was saying. You know, I wanted to, like, go deeper. Dude, Vinny, what's up, man? How's it going, man? How you been, bro? Thanks for stopping in. That's what happens when you're the real deal. I try to be the real deal, man. I have no interest in being like an influencer, you know what I mean? Like I want to be like my goal is to be a practitioner who just happens to make content. You know what I mean? That's me. I don't want to lose that practitioner status. Like even if I could make a living off of YouTube, like let's say hypothetically I could, I would rather be a practitioner, you know. I want to do this stuff in the real world, you know. Because I enjoy the client aspect of it. Like I enjoy, like for me, I'm a consultant, so like I enjoy working with clients. I enjoy going in their environments, finding vulnerabilities, reporting on them, and educating them, and inspiring them to make better security decisions, and empowering them to do so. That's our company's values: to educate, empower, and inspire. And I very much enjoy that. So like I know some people are like, oh yeah, I want to quit my job and be a YouTuber. Like, nah, not me, bro. YouTube will it will always be a side hustle for me. But I mean we're a long ways away from being like a full-time content creator. But even if I could be a full-time content creator, I'm like, it's not really what I'm signing up for. That's not the real reason why I make content. I'm not because some people make content so they can like quit their job and work for themselves, and I just enjoy impacting the real world, you know. No, don't get me wrong, like content creators can impact the real world by educating people, but like I said, I like working with the clients. I like being in the trenches as well. Dude, the trenches is where it's at. Like getting your hands dirty on the keyboard, working in the real world. It's frustrating at times. You're like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing. Like you're in there, like I can't hack my client half the time because, like I'm in that video. Like clients are pretty secure. Like if there's a company coming to me, like, hey, let's do a pen test. It's our 7th pen test in a row. Let's go ahead and do it again. Anyways, we got potential RCE here, so let me see if I can finish out this. Let me see if I can finish out this. Reverse shell here. So so our curl worked. So now all we gotta do is smod plus X to shell sh and then run shell sh. And if that works, then we'll get a reverse shell. Oh boy, I'm excited about this. Like I said, this way usually works. Like the way I'm doing this to get a reverse shell, this works a lot when it comes to like getting RCE in a web app. Did I change the IP address? Oh no, I don't have to. Send. I didn't get a reverse shell. Bummer. Let's do ls cat show.sh. Is that right? Does that look good? No, it doesn't look good. There's oops. No wonder why it didn't work. You gotta put a pound symbol there, a shebang. I didn't copy that over. Okay, does the rest of that file look good? Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. Alright. Let's try that again. Let's go back. Let's go here. This time let's make a one shot here. Let's make a one shot or does all in one here. We just gotta change the IP address here. 10.6.25.229. We'll encode that. And we'll just copy this whole thing. And we'll jam it in here. And before we hit send, we have to serve this on our HTTP server. Python-gem http.server. Go back to burp. Hit send. It froze! It froze! Brother, we got it, I think. Your boy knows how to pop shells out here. Your boy knows how to pop shells! Let's go! Who am I? Didn't need to pop the shell. But me, my heart and my soul needed to pop the shell. Okay, we gotta figure out where the flag is here. I guess we'll just change directory to here and just start looking for flags, I guess. Change directory / I don't know where the flag would be. Change directory root. Probably not gonna let us go in there. Yeah. Change directory. I don't know. Page views, page edits, page fields. Yeah, I guess I'm looking for a flag. Let's go back to TryHackMe. Just make sure that we are looking for a flag. I'm pretty sure we are. Oh, man. Had to take a cat pet timeout. They get moody, man. They're like, pet me, dad. What is the content of hidden text file in the server directory? Ah, that's a key. Server directory. So how do we find the server directory? Change directory. I don't know. Is it in? I don't know what it would be in. Maybe home? No. Yeah, let's do a sudo shell. Why not? Let's just see if we can escalate privileges. I didn't even think about that. I'm like, let's take another further. Let's see if we can pop root. I wasn't going to, but let's see if we can. Or at least easily. Nah, sudo's not even on the machine. Okay. I'm not trying to prove that secure. Change directory. How do we? I think change directory Etsy maybe. Where's the server directory, bro? I'm going to use ChatGPT to make a little command to help me do this. I'm going to show you how to do it. Did I close ChatGPT? Why would I do that? Why would I close ChatGPT? Give me a command that locates the server directory on the entire file system and outputs the errors to dev null. There we go. I hit enter a couple times. It's not on the box, bro? What are you talking about? Alright. Well, let's see if we can... Now I want to find a file that contains the string THM with anything after it. There's gonna be a file with a flag somewhere. It's gonna take a while, I think. I don't know why. It says server directory. I did a search for the server directory, but it didn't return anything. This is why I popped the shell, by the way, because it's easier to explore the file system when you're in the file system. Patiently waiting for the promised land. There's nothing else for me to do. Like, I just want to know where this file is so I can submit it. I guess while we're waiting for this, we can just kind of like read the next section, which is mitigation. Server-side template injection, SSTI, can be mitigated by following best practices and implementing security measures in the application's code. Here's how to mitigate SSTI in Smarty, Jade, in Jinja 2. Jinja 2, sandbox mode. Enable the sandbox environment in Jinja 2 to restrict the template's ability to access unsafe functions and attributes. This prevents the execution of arbitrary Python code. For example, you guys can see it. Input sanitation. Always sanitize inputs to escape or remove potentially dangerous characters and strings that can be interpreted as code. This is crucial when inputs are directly used in template expressions. Template auditing. Regular review and audit templates to insecure coding patterns, such as directly embedded user input without sanitization. Jade Pug. Avoid direct JavaScript evaluations. Restrict or avoid using Pug's ability to evaluate JavaScript code within templates. Use alternative methods to handle dynamic content that do not involve direct code execution. For example, use the shebang exclamation point brackets carefully as it allows unescaped output which can be harmful. Prefer hashtag brackets, which escapes HTML by default. Validate and sanitize inputs. Ensure all user inputs are validated against a strict schema and sanitized before they are rendered by the template engine. This reduces the risk of malicious code execution. Secure configuration settings. Use environmental settings and configuration options that minimize risks, such as disabling any features that allow script execution. Smarty. Disable PHP tags that ensure that PHP tags are disabled in Smarty configurations to prevent the execution of PHP code within templates. Use security handlers. If you must allow users to customize templates, provide a secure set of tags or modifiers that they can use. which do not allow direct command execution or shell access. Regular security reviews conduct regular security reviews of template files and the data handling logic to ensure that no unsafe practices are being used. Regularly update Smarty to keep up the security patches. Sandboxing in template engines. Sandboxing is a security feature that restricts the execution of potentially harmful code within templates. It limits the actions that templates can perform, such as file operations or system command execution. Proper sandboxing helps prevent security issues like SSTI. Importance of sandboxing. Function restrictions limits the functions or methods that can be called from within the template, blocking potentially harmful operations. Variable and data access. Controls access to global variables or sensitive data, ensuring templates cannot manipulate or expose critical information. Click continue. Did we find the file? It's still searching. What the heck? Brother. Guess I'll just read the conclusion. Congratulations on completing the server-side template injection SSTI room. Here's a recap of the key concepts we've covered. Template engine basics. We explored how template engines like Jinja, Pug, Jade, and Smarty work in web development, highlighting their role in dynamically generating web content. Understanding SSTI. You've learned what SSTI is, how it occurs, and the potential risks associated with template engines when they process user input without proper sanitation. Mitigation techniques for preventing SSTI include sandboxing, input validation, and secure configuration of template engines were discussed to help you secure your applications. Detecting template engines. We covered methods to identify which template engine an application is using through basic payloads, enhancing your ability to tailor security measures to specific environments. I can now exploit SSTI vulnerabilities. I exploited the vulnerability, but I can't get the flag on this one. It's still searching. Let's send this to repeater. And what we're gonna do is we're actually going to file, new tab, and we're going to do a netcat LMVP 443, and we are going to send this again, and hopefully we got another shell. We do not. Did I break the machine? I'm gonna lose my shell, but I think I might be able to get it back. Send that again, maybe? Lost my shell access, guys. Might have to revert the machine. I think I broke it. Refresh this. See if we can just paste it into here. Update. Oh, that of course that's not gonna work. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, it's definitely broken. It says intercept is off, but it's like frozen. I want to need to revert this machine. Well, that's unfortunate. Terminate. Turn it machine. Very unfortunate that we gotta do this. We had a shell, and then the machine died on us. Such is life. Let's try this again. I don't understand where the flag is. I don't know why they made it so hard to find. That's like usually the easiest part. We are so close. As soon as it gives me an IP address here, we're just waiting for an IP address, guys. For your case, wondering why I was just kind of jamming out. Welcome back, Wi-Fi Addict. You might not even have left, but yeah, I've been in the chat for a while. But I appreciate it. He said congratulations on the 10K. Appreciate it. I celebrated by going and getting a Dairy Queen Blizzard. Like I hit 10K. I saw 10,001, and I'm like, I'm getting ice cream, dude. And that's what I did. I felt like it took. I mean, yeah, it was a long road, man. I mean, it's only been like a couple years, but I mean, every video is like so much work, dude. Like it easily takes me 8 to 10 hours to make a video, easily. Like when I make a video, it's like it's an all day thing. Sometimes it's multiple days. The next video, by the way, is already ready to go for the first time. I'm starting to get ahead of my videos now but next video is going to be Wi-Fi hacking. So I made that one just for you, Wi-Fi Addict. It was just for you. I should have called you out by name in the video. But it's just, yeah, me cracking WPA2 handshakes. I know you told me to keep them short, but it's like 19 minutes long. Like it's like 19 minutes and 59 seconds long. But I think it's longer because I took it a step further. You know what I mean? Like I didn't just teach you how to crack a handshake. Like in the video, I teach some flags that a lot of people don't teach that I had to figure out on my own, which is why I included it. And then another thing I included was like how to actually connect to Wi-Fi in Kali Linux. It's like that was like a big deal. I'm like, how do you connect to Wi-Fi in Kali Linux? So it's a good video. It's a little longer, but it's deeper, and that's what I like to offer. Like I like to go, like I don't like to do surface level stuff, you know. But yeah, there's gonna be more. I think I'm gonna do some more Wi-Fi. I gotta get a router that has WEP, because the router that I like use in that video for WPA2 doesn't allow me to use WEP for obvious reasons. WEP WEP is super insecure, but it's super easy to hack, and it's like it doesn't matter how long your password is, you can hack it. But I don't have a router that has WEP, so I gotta get a new router for that. He said task 8, go, 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 go. He's like, you're talking, Kyser. You're rambling, bro. I was waiting for the machine to load up. Don't at me, bro. I was talking a little too long there. I appreciate you getting me back on task. We need to go to my mousepad Etsy hosts and change the IP address of this and save that. And then we need to go here. Admin, and we need to, oh gosh, we need to add a form. Internal, I think, maybe. Just add form. Views. Here we go. Add new group. Actually, there's already a group right here. So all I gotta do is just do a test here and hit intercept. I'm on the wrong thing. I logged in the wrong one. I used the wrong browser. Turn intercept off. Let's actually close out of this. It's not helping us. Alright, let's go to view. And we can start no for which the form submissions are found. What are you talking about? Edit. There we go. Views. And we type in test here. And we can hit intercept on. Hit update. Just go to repeater and close out of the existing tabs. Matter of fact, I'm just going to copy this. Copy this. And close. And close. Send this to repeater. And we're just going to paste what worked earlier. Come back over here. We're hosting the file. Oh. Do we have a show? No, there's no way we got a show. Say. Alright, let's go ahead and send this payload. It downloaded the file, but it didn't pop a shell, guys. What did we do wrong? What did we do wrong? Does it send again? It's downloading the file, but it's not executing it. I don't understand. It worked before. Now it's not working now. You gotta be kidding me right now. That's wild how this won't work again. I mean, I'm doing exactly the same thing I did before. Oh, I know why. There we go. That worked. I seen why it was messed up. Here's why it was messed up. When I go back here, well, I don't want to hit back because I don't want to lose my show. But I had like, somehow I accidentally had 2 extra characters after SH on that command. That's why it didn't work. But now we have a shell again. I'm in. Okay. We got to figure out where this flag is, dude. That's what I don't understand. We can pop a shell. I clearly have execution here, but I don't know. Let's change directory. Let's go back until we see a flag. Bro, where's the flag? Um, it's a TryHackMe room, so it's not like local user, root user type thing. It's just like there's a flag that the data user should be able to see because this room, I'll show you. It doesn't have. It doesn't even tell you to get codex, or it does tell you to get codex fusion, but it doesn't tell you to get a shell. It just says, can you achieve RCE and read the content of the hidden text file in the directory using SSTI? But it's like I don't see a hidden text file, or maybe that's what it is. Maybe I think I just need to do ls-la instead of just an ls. Maybe that's why I'm missing it. Let's go var www.html/admin. Is that where it was in? And then we was in, I forget what we were in earlier. When we first bought the show, we was in forms and edit. Forms, change directory, edit, ls-la. ls-lah. I don't see a hidden file that might have a flag in it, dog. There it is. There's our file. It was a hidden file. I had to do ls-la. The ls wasn't catching it. That's what it was. Weird directory because I had to go back like, what, 2 directories, maybe 3? We can do a cat, get our flag here. There we go. TryHackMe, working SSTI. We did it. We out here. Hit this. Submit the flag. Boom, baby. Completed the room without doing without a write-up. That's the best feeling. Dude, I got 32 points, bruh. Alright. The next one's LDAP injection. It says it's an easy room. So, dude, I don't think I've ever done LDAP injection. Have I ever done LDAP injection in a web app? I don't think I have. So that's new to me. That's all new to me. I've done server-side template injection before, but not LDAP injection. Not in a web app. Go to the next room. Alright. We Gucci. We did it. We won out here. It's crazy how some of the hard streams get no points at all. I don't know if that was a hard room. The reason why I made it hard on myself, if I would have just did ls-la, which is what you should be doing, I've for some reason lost that habit and just do ls, and that screws you. Just do a ls-la every time, and that was me. I would have found it half hour ago if I would have been doing that. So that was my bad. I felt like it took me a minute to figure out where the SSTI was, but once I figured out where it was and that it used Smarty, getting code execution was easy, and then getting the reverse shell was relatively easy too. It only took me like 3 or 4 tries, and then I accidentally bricked the machine. That was annoying, but it's all fun, you know, like it's part of the game. It took me a little longer than it should have, but you know, sometimes it's the way it rolls. Plus, I don't really care about my points anymore. I mean, what's my my rank is at 6755. I used to be way higher than that. I was in the top. I almost cracked the top 1,000 at one point in time. I just stopped using TryHackMe as much. But I didn't fall out of the top 10,000 though. Alright guys, well, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you guys learned something today. I learned something today. I knocked some rust off of me. That's the biggest reason why I recommend doing TryHackMe Hack the Box after you find your first pen testing job, because I'm not exploiting SSTI every single day because I don't run across templates in every web app. Like, I'm in a web app now, and I mean, there is, yeah, I mean, I just don't use SSTI exploits every day. So that's why I recommend always, at least occasionally, doing TryHackMe Hack the Box, even if you work full-time in the field. Top 1%, that's good. Honestly, top 1%'s, it does take a while to get there. People are like, oh, try top 1%'s a joke. There's so many people that have it. It's like, well, the reason why a lot of people have top 1% is because it's a major platform. But make no mistake, it takes a while to get there. And I don't think I'll ever fall out because I'm so far. Like, I was almost in the top. My goal wasn't making the top 0.1%. But they don't even tell you how many users are on the platform anymore. So you can't even figure that out anymore. Alright, thanks NeoFetch, thanks Sank Logic and Nirenex. I cannot say your name. Word. I cannot say your name. Nirenex. And also I'm gonna give another shout out to our donators, who was, let's go and pull up the, I know Wi-Fi I donated $20. And who was the other donator again? It was the Champion, of course. Champion donated $9.99. So thanks for the donation, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. See you in the next stream. The next stream will be this time next week. I will be doing Hack the Box, and that will be a long stream because those are hard for me. And yeah, like I said, I got on Saturday, Wi-Fi hacking video is gonna drop. It's already scheduled. You can watch it right now if you are a member of the channel. Members get to see videos early. But if you don't want to be a member, that's okay. The same video is gonna come out. You just gotta wait till Saturday. Alright guys. Peace out, take care, have a good one.